Hello guys, Grumpy. Welcome back to another Feed the Beast Let's Play video. I hadn't done anything upstairs except lower this floor like I was talking about. And been working on that coal power plant. I actually did quite a bit on that, and we're going to finish it up hopefully in this video and check it out. I went ahead and cleaned this room up a little bit. Hadn't built the door yet. Let's come on in here and we can check it out. End up building 8 coke ovens. 8 coke ovens are enough to keep 4 generators fully powered all the time. Anyway, we're up here on a catwalk. I built this out of an iron scaffold. It looks pretty cool. It looks like diamond plate on the top, but I'll show you what it looks like from the side. So I thought that made a pretty cool catwalk. We can come down here, and here's like the base of the generators. Not a whole lot down here except this Liquiduct, but let's go up here. I'll show you how this works. Now, I'm not finished with it, but I'm fairly close. So we should be able to finish this episode now. Let me explain how this works. You throw your coal in this chest, and here's the sorting machine. And here's the settings. I did this circular one. This makes it automatically tick through all 8 slots. So it'll send something down. It'll send a piece of coal down black, then brown, then red, then orange, then yellow. And once it gets to the end, it'll start over. If you put it on this setting, it does it automatically. You don't have to give it redstone pulses. And then I use this one right here. I can't remember what these are called. There's too many of them. I wish it'd tell you, like there was like a little space where whenever you clicked it, it would tell you what the modes are. But this is the one where it's just going to cycle through. So this is feeding coal to the furnaces. So let's check this out. Here's the output of the sorting machine. It comes up, goes here, and it's this top wire, and it's actually going to the tops of all 8 coke ovens. So let's get something to scaffold with here, or tar pillar up, or whatever, and I'll show you what it looks like up there. Okay, basically you can see the wires the pneumatic tubes are color coded. Each one of them gets their own unique color. So the sorting machine, when it steps through all those steps, it'll distribute the coal evenly between all 8 coke ovens. And I went ahead and put a wool cover on each machine so that I knew what the colors were. I don't really need that. It's just like I just did it just because. So anyway, that's how they get coal. Now, I'm using redstone. Also to extract the coal coke. Now this thing's pretty smart. The coke oven will only send out the coal coke. So I have a retriever down here. This is the retriever. Now this does need a timer. It's set to a really low time period. It's set to 17 seconds. That's how often it'll request a piece of coal, and it'll just get a piece of coal from the nearest machine. Now, how I came up with 17 seconds? Well, it takes 2.5 minutes for a coke oven to cook a piece of coal, and that turns out to be 150 seconds. Now, if you take 150 seconds and divide it by 8, you get 18.75. So, every 18.75 seconds, I'm making a piece of coal coke on average. And so that's why I set this for 17 seconds, but give me a little bit of safety factor. But anyway, here's the retriever, and it's just programmed to pull out coal coke. But if I actually remove this, it's smart enough not to. I think it's smart enough not to grab the coal. Yeah, see, it won't grab the coal. Well, there's no coal in there. Let's put a piece of coal in there just to make sure. Let me go get a piece of coal. So yeah, I kind of got carried away with this. Actually, we're going to grab a whole stack. I kind of got carried away with this coal factory, because I said I didn't care what it looked like, and then I got carried away and started decorating stuff. I mean, I wanted to look industrial. It definitely looks industrial. See, all this stuff's unnecessary. All this micro blocks and scaffolding. It was a lot of work to raise this off the ground and have to build a catwalk just so it could be all off the ground. And honestly, there's no reason for it to be off the ground, but it looks cool. So let's put a piece of coal in here, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, well, it stays in there. Okay. Let me try putting a second one in there so it happens. Okay, so this thing right here, let's check this out again. It's smart enough not to grab the coal. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was pretty sure I was thinking that. But anyway, the retriever will only grab the coal coat. So if you want to put something in, you want to put the coal in here, you got to do it from the top. If you want to get the coal coke out, you got to do it from the side. Any side, it doesn't matter, top, bottom, middle, but I'm going to the top right corner on here, so it doesn't really matter. But finally, the only other thing, we're putting coal in, getting coal out, but we also want to get our creosote oil. You can get that from the side too. Now, you're going to have to hook up some kind of liquid pipe, either Buildcraft liquid transport pipes or this Liquiduct stuff. But either way, it's smart enough to pull out the creosote oil. And the creosote oil, these pipes, they go straight down. You can see them, they're all merged right here. And then this liquid pipe comes across here and merges with these four. And then they come up here. And they go all the way down here to the xycraft tank. Here you can see a xycraft tank. So I'm feeding it in at the top and getting it out the bottom. And I got 2 semifluid generators. Now I didn't do any research on that. I don't know if these are too much or not enough as far as semi-fluid generators go. But anyway, here's our creosote oil. This tank's already half full, so I'm not sure if this tank's going to be big enough. But then again, none of this is ran. I just put like 5 or 6 stacks of coal in here. So all the generators are filled up. Let's go over power a little bit. The retrievers, and there's the sorting machine right here. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, the retriever puts stuff in this chest. It's backing up right here because all these generators are full. So here we have another sorting machine. I'm just using the sorting machine to distribute, same as the other side. So black, brown, red, orange. And here you can see black, brown, red, and orange. So this sends piece of coal here, 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 and here, and starts over. There's just no inventory space, so it's not running. But once again, this thing does not need a clock signal because I got it set to this setting right here with the 4 arrows in a circle. And that'll make it clock itself. So if I actually created demand, all 4 of these generators would kick on. The sorting machine would instantly fill it back up. Now as far as these machines go, the sorting machines and the retriever, they do need power. They need electricity. So I have a bunch of thermal piles right here. Let me see if I can jump up here without falling in. So it's a whole long row of them. I got water on one side and lava on the other. And that's what you need to do for a thermal pile. Now you could put ice on the other side. But I just put water. It doesn't really matter. Now, I'm pretty sure you don't need this many thermal piles either, but these things were taking forever to charge up. I got tired of waiting, so I just built more. And secondly, all redpower 2 machines, this is all redpower 2 stuff, they can power one another. So technically, this blue wire right here, this is powering them all. I'm sorry, it's connecting all the thermal piles to this machinery over here. But technically, redpower machines transfer power to one another, so I don't need this blue wire across the top. This thermal pile will connect to this one, which will connect to this one, etc., etc. I just thought it looked cool, so I put it there. It's just kind of decorative, but you could remove all of these right here, and it would work fine. Now, what is that stuff called, that blue stuff? It's just sapphire block jacketed blue wire. It's jacketed blue wire. It carries blue electricity. You can make it however you want, but I thought sapphire blocks look cool. I like the color of it. So anyway, that's feeding power to all those machines. And let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Also lit it up in here. You can see I got these lamps everywhere. And I like to decorate. I always make yellow rails in my industrial areas because that's what they color they to be in the real world. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is build that smart grid. I showed that smart grid in my last tutorial. That way your generators don't waste fuel. This isn't a whole lot of electricity actually. This is only 40 EU. But I don't want to waste all that coal coke. So we're going to go ahead and fix this up better. Or we're going to finish this machine is what we're going to do. So right now none of this is connected. Let's just temporarily remove that. Now I'm going to come through here. And what we're going to do is run power. We're going to run this power over to the power grid. And by the way, I did remember to make sure, and I changed my chunk loader. Chunk loader's on the house. I changed it so this area is covered. This area right here, right where we're standing, this is actually pretty far from the house. This is probably pretty close to where I want to build the hanging gardens. But anyway, I need to come back up here real quick. I need to run the electricity up inside the house. So we're going to figure out where we're going to come in at. Now, I think there's not a really good placement to come in. I think right here is going to be our best bet. As you I already got a wire cable running there. That cable actually doesn't matter. Won't worry about that. I need these torches. When I lowered the floor, it created a bunch of dark spots in here, so I had to put torches along the walls. But let's see, where are we going to come up at? Or down? Let's just do it. Let's do it, right. Yeah, I don't like that spot. Sorry, I don't mean to be too picky, but let's just come up in the middle one. So right now, actually, all I need to do is get my coordinates. It's 177, 552. So I need to remember that. So we'll come back down here. By the way, I bought that. We've had that Steam sale all week. I just bought Trying To. That's a really cool game. If you haven't tried it yet, and you like platforming games or puzzle games, highly recommend getting that. I hadn't played the first one that much. I played the first one a little bit a long time ago on OnLive. I actually had OnLive for a while. It's crap, but you know, my old computer wouldn't play games at all hardly, so about the only way I could game. That's what it's good for anyway. 177. Oh well, we got a long ways to go. And I hate that crystal. It's everywhere. Wow, that is a long ways to go. Let's go ahead and make our turn. I'm sorry, I need to light this up. But anyway, yeah, I hadn't seen Trying. That's actually the prettiest game I've ever seen in my life, and I don't say that lightly. It's not the most realistic graphics, but as far as lush, just beautiful, it's like surreal how pretty that game is. Every last single second of the game's worth looks like an oil painting. You know, typically you play games and every now and then you see a spot where it looks really cool. That whole game's that way. But if you're kind of interested, yeah, go ahead and check out some Let's Play video of it or something. And right now it's on sale for $5, and it comes with the expansion too. So I need 177. Here we are. This is it. So let's start pillar up. Now I actually learned this off watching B00. But when you're digging up and you think there's going to be sand above you, put a torch down on the ground. And that'll bust the sand, keep you from suffocating. So we're almost there. Now one thing I'm not sure about is how far away this is. I don't... what I mean by that is probably more than 40 blocks. You can go 40 blocks of this stuff without any power loss. But honestly, if I lose any power, it's only going to be... well, if I put an MFE in line, it'll only be less than 1% power loss. I don't know. I'll probably put a... I don't have one made. Probably do it off camera or something. But anyway, if you notice when I was digging that service corridor, that's so after I get this wire laid, I can still walk through there. I think I was tired filling up with stone. I'm bad about wasting stone. Well, actually, after you get your economy going a little bit, it's like stone's no more valuable than regular cobblestone. See, I was thinking about building that power grid, all the circuitry for it. I'm actually thinking about building it on the wall. I think that would look cool. So I kind of planned it out. I hadn't built it. We're going to build it right now in a minute, but as far as planning it out goes, I already did that part. Okay. That's it. That's hooked up. Now, well, we're not actually hooked up to the power grid proper, but that'll be easier from here. So now I can cover this up. There we go. Now, I was thinking about putting the MFE right here. I do have an MFE. Let me just go ahead and place it, and then I'm just going to use a screwdriver to change the facing. Or, I'm sorry, the wrench. I don't know why I have this bronze wrench with me. It's a brand new one. Because I have an electric wrench now, I believe. I hadn't used it in a while, so I don't remember. But yeah, I have spent a long time. I don't know why that scared me like it was going to blow up. I have no idea why. Now I'm going to go ahead and bust that. I better jump up there because I'm not sure. I probably got a block sitting up there. No? I got it. Now, I don't know. I might be able to get away with putting a couple more generators down here, but I'm just going to go with the 4. This is more just for... This is like the most elaborate 40 EU per tick I've ever... All this, well, it's actually more than 40 EU, 40 if you count the semifluid generators. And by the way, they're not going to be part of the smart grid. And what I mean by that is they'll just run on demand. If you've seen the tutorial on the smart grid, what it does keeps the generators from wasting fuel. And that will be on the smart grid. So what do we need right there? Right there we need our EU splitter. And we need to bust that. I don't know if this is going to work. We're just going to have to try it. The problem I'm having when I thought this out, I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but this EU splitter will not interface to red alloy wire. So let's actually try to put a redstone torch next to that, see what happens. Well, let's come back down here. For some reason it didn't switch. I wasn't sure if it's even going to. Let's try this. I'm not sure. Let's just go up here and try it. This stuff's hard. This stuff's kind of hard to work with. So that's definitely on. Let's go dig back more this way. It might be throwing it off because we're making a turn. There we go. So yeah, it's real picky. Now let's see if we can put red alloy wire down there. Let's try that. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me grab some of this red insulated wire. Yeah, there we go. And now let's throw down our torch, see if it still works. Yep, that'll work. So that's all we needed to do there. We can seal this back up. I'm going to throw a torch up there. I don't know if it's necessary, but better to be safe than sorry. So Next we need to seal up this top. There we go. And this wire is going to come out right here. Oh, that's the wrong wire. Yeah, I don't like the looks of this, but I don't think there's a really good way to make it look pretty. So this may not work, I don't know yet. So our problem is now I'm going to come down off this with the blue wire. See, that's already in the way. That's not going to work. Let's try this. We can't get rid of that. That's not doing anything. Yeah, it's not going to look pretty, but we can do this. Now that is red outlet wire, so now we need blue wire. Basically, we're about to go into a bundled cable, and so what's going to happen is these are going to merge into that bundled cable. So where's that bundled cable at? Here it is. It's by far not the prettiest thing I've built, but it'll work. Now I have another plan here too. Basically what we're going to do is make this go through the floor and cover it up with glass covers. So I thought that would look cool. That'll do right there. So now we need to get this over here. Oh, sorry, I'm not talking. Okay, now we're over here. Now we can have the, where is it? I need the red wire. I need to come over one more. There we go. Red insulated wire and blue insulated wire, so we can build our circuit right here on this wall. Hopefully that'll be enough space. And that looks horrible, but you know what? I could cover all that up with, most of it up with covers. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. But I'm going to put this glass cover down here. Yeah, I'll probably just put it over here because I already got some on me. I don't know if it'll let me put one there. Doesn't look like it. This stuff's hard to place sometimes. There we go. Alright, so where else can I put one? It's not going to let me put one there. That would break that connection. Well, it looks like, well, it doesn't look good, but I don't know. It kind of looks cool. So that one we're going to leave blank, and apparently this one we won't even need busted open. So there we go. That's our, it's not the prettiest thing, but it'll work. Okay, so now we need to adjust this. Now I need to click this until it says emit if empty. There we go. So this thing's putting out a redstone signal right now because it's empty. Did I need that block there? I don't know if I do or not. Honestly, I don't know if that connected or not. Okay, that's red, so let's do this real quick. I can check to see if that still works, because this red wire right here, if I put a redstone torch right there, I think this should work. Yeah, see, it still shut it off. So that's working. Alright, so let's figure out how to do this now. Okay. Coming out of here, it needs to split. First of all, it needs to go through. This might be hard to do on the wall. Okay, I need a state cell, and I got everything on me, so this is. Oh, first thing I need is a pulse former. Okay, let's do this, and we'll get this screwdriver in our hotbar. That's not a pulse former. Okay, there it is. So now we need to rotate this thing. Let me go ahead and bust that. Yeah, okay, I was just making sure it was working. So when I put this wire back, we should see the outputs on the right side pulse for a split second. Yeah, that's all we need. Okay, next we need our state cell. So let's get that on here. This is going to be close. I probably should have made some covers too. Okay, let's make our state cell. Yes, okay. I keep saying make it. We already have it. We just need to put it down. Okay, let me think about this. Okay, so that's the input. You know what? It's facing the wrong way though. Let's do this. That's the timer. Ooh, this is a pain. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think about this video as far as all this building of this stuff on here, because I've been kind of reluctant to do it. To me, it doesn't seem like it'd be too exciting, but y'all are more the judges of that. But some people say they want to see me build stuff on video. So this needs to be set to 78 seconds. And if you hadn't seen the tutorial on how to make a smart power grid, it's set 78 seconds because the whatchamacallit, the generators take some 80 seconds to burn up a piece of coal. So alright, I need to make some covers. Do I have the diamond saw on me? No, I do not. Let's go get a diamond saw. We gotta make some cover strips. Actually, I got some cover strips, so let's just grab those. Hell, they may be on me. No, I think I got some in my wool chest. I usually make a chest just for micro blocks, but for some reason I haven't yet, so. I think I'll do two. I'm just going to record until I'm done with this. And if I have to break it up 2 episodes or whatever, I will. Okay. So now we do not want this make connection, so we put that there. That keeps them from connecting. So here's the output. It's the red wire. It goes back to the EU splitter. So the state cell's controlling the EU splitter. So basically the way this, well, let me finish it and then we'll go over how this works. Next I'm going to need a NOT gate. Okay, let's turn this thing around here. I believe that is the... Why is it energizing that block? Or inverting it. Okay, well, that looks like crap. I don't like that at all. This is a bad idea, putting it on the wall. I don't know, it's going to look kind of cool though when it's done. Yeah, it does look cool. But what am I going to do about that one spot? Now, let me try it and see, but I don't think a microblock will transmit redstone signal. I'm not sure. We're going to find out. So let me put this back temporarily. No, I don't need that there. That's going to be kind of hard to cover up. I'll figure that out later. Okay, so next we have first. Oh, we don't want that connecting either. So now we have a NOT gate. Next we want our timer. So where's our timer at? I had it 2 or 3 times a while ago. There it is, right there in the hotbar. Okay, now we need to rotate that. And that doesn't need to make connection either. It needs to make connection right here though. Wow, that looks pretty cool. I like that. That one little hole's the only thing bugging me. I don't think I could make it any much more compact though. It's vertically. That's pretty compact. But yeah, that's pretty neat. It looks neat on the wall. I have to do that more often. Okay, let's go ahead and set this time. This one needs to be set for 82 seconds. There we go, 82 seconds. So now what? That is off. Okay. So I think we're ready to put this back. Alright, so right now that's off. It's waiting for a redstone signal. I wonder if there's an easy way to get a redstone signal to that thing. Maybe this way? No, I'm just going to let it run. That's going to throw the timing all off. Sorry, I'm thinking here. That should have shut off. Is the thing backwards? So I believe it is. There we go, I had it backwards. Okay, so that reset it. I'm trying to think of how to do this to where... Basically I got to prime it, it's working now. But let's see, if we put this here, it's going to start the timer. I don't want it starting yet. I want this state cell to start timing first, so let's do that. Maybe if I'm just quick about it. I don't know. Well, I'll just put it up here and... Alright, I'm sorry. Let me briefly explain how this works. Now we have an input and an output over here. The input is the MFE. It's putting out a signal to this control circuit, and the EU splitter is the output. So the control circuit's controlling the EU splitter. That's basically an on-off switch for electricity. If we come over here, the input comes out on this side. If you can see, it takes 2 paths. First thing it does is go through the pulse former. So when the MFE drains, this thing puts out a pulse. Because when the MFE drains, it puts out a signal. That's what it said, emit if empty. So that triggers the pulse former. If we come over here, that makes the state cell start counting. And what the state cell does is... I'm supposed to have a NOT gate right here somewhere. I'm glad I figured that one out. Right, so let's get our handy little screwdriver here. There we go. So now that kicked the generators on. The timing on this is all screwed up. Well, it's right over here. It's just the way it's all triggered. I don't know how to fix that, but we'll worry about that later. But anyway, back to over here. When the pulse former pulses, it starts the timer. The timer times off for 78 seconds. And it goes through a NOT gate. That inverts the signal. So what happens is when the state cell's on, it's on right now. You can see it right there. It makes this NOT gate put out a 0, which turns this switch on. If this switch doesn't have a signal, it's on, so it lets the current through. That's why the generator's fired up. After 78 seconds, it shuts off. Just a couple seconds before this thing burns up a piece of coal. There you can see it went off. So that 78-second cycle was over. And now you can see the I'm sorry, but if there's a really long demand on the power grid, here's what happens. This thing right here stays drained, so this signal stays high. If that signal stays high, it makes this timer run. Right now the timer is off because it's time. If this line is 0, the NOT gate turns it into 1. When the timer gets a 1 on its input, it turns off. But if it's going every 82 seconds, it's going to make the state cell fire back off. But anyway, so I don't know if I should went over that again, because you could have just watched the tutorial if you want to know that. But the tutorial probably did a better job of explaining it than I just did. But we have this power here now. So now all we got to do is make it go up through the roof. So probably the best thing to do would be to pillar up. So we need to come out right there. And just like that. We'll test it here in a second. So let me see. We go up to the roof. There we go. We're up on the roof. Ouch. Going right across my window. I shouldn't have done that. The problem is with the layout of my house, there's no way to get it up on the roof and hide it. Well, somebody got an idea of how to do that. Can't use those covers because those covers only work with redpower 2 stuff. Okay, so there we go. This is hooked up to the power grid. So now I need to create a demand. How do we do that? Oh, let's go back down here. Well, this thing should be working properly now because it's shut off. So when it comes back on, all the timings will be right. That looks horrible. So let's go back up here and get back in the house. Now, as soon as I make a jetpack, that would be a good place to go in and out of. I don't really like the jetpack. I like the Swift Wolf Rending Guts part of the Equivalent Exchange mod. It was in Equivalent Exchange 2, but hopefully they put it back in Equivalent Exchange 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go up here and see if we can't create a little demand on the power grid. Might be a little bit difficult. We'll see. Alright, so the wire coming from the coal power plant goes upstairs and connects to the MFSU. The MFSU is our master storage unit. Anytime electricity is being used, it's pulled out of the MFSU. MFSU is going to pull out of everything. It'll pull out of the thermal generators, the semifluid generators, everything. So let's just go up here and try to macerate some stuff. We'll throw some of that in there. And we'll make a little bit of smooth stone. And also, I think I got some little rubber wood left, so we're going to do that too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make that. Now that should drain the power grid pretty good. So let's go downstairs real quick and see what happens. I don't even know how much electricity was in there, or how much it's going to take to do all that. They're overclocked pretty good, so Yeah, it's probably going to make it fire up. Okay, there we go. It's working. Okay, see it's on now? Let's check this out. It can't keep up. And so it stays on. It's a really high demand, so the MFE never gets a chance to stay charged. Now, once that demand goes away, this MFE will start filling up. Once it starts filling up, this light right, it'll stop putting out a redstone signal, and at that point, it's going to close the switch. Well, once the state cell's done, basically this right here, it makes sure that we don't waste any coal. But anyway, that's about it. That's our coal power plant is done. This isn't pretty, and I might maybe figure out somebody to clean that up too. But other than that, it's working. Let's see if these things are fired up. They should be. Yeah, you can see them fired up. And let's see if we can see it over here where it's draining. Oh, that's cool. It's pretty slow on the draining though. But yeah, now all I have to do now is throw coal in this chest. That's all I have to do. And in fact, let's go do that now, and we can check that out. So as you can see right now, it's all color coded. They're all coming out. They're going to be evenly distributed. So you can see it right there cycling through the different colors. And so every time it hits a color, it puts out a piece of coal. But these things will fire up here in a second. There we go. I don't know if that's... Oh, I thought it was glitchy. But there we go. It's firing it up. It's loading them up pretty quick too. Now they do get distributed evenly, but it doesn't look that way. They just haven't all arrived down here yet. There we go. The one on the end had 3. This one has 2, but they are getting distributed evenly. And so it takes this thing 2.5 minutes. After 2.5 minutes, it'll make a piece of coal coke, and then this retriever will start pulling it out, and then they'll start going into this chest. This chest is just kind of a buffer, and so if these generators aren't running, the coal ovens can keep running. They'll start filling up this chest. But anyway, yeah, I'd have to totally redesign this area, but I could add more generators later. We'll see about that. But anyway, this is Grumpy. I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you want to see more of this build stuff. I don't know if it's interesting or not, but we will see you next time. Appreciate all you guys watching.